Hi everyone, I'm Dawn. I've been teaching for Select Health for 9 years or so now, and I am trying to make some videos for you guys while you are possibly working from home, trying to social distance yourself, doing the things we're supposed to do right now, which I really appreciate. And I wanted to be able to continue to provide you with some yoga to help you through some of this time of stress, anxiety, uncertainty, and I think that that's an important aspect of a yoga practice, is helping you to work through some of that difficult stuff, whether it's mentally or physically, but also just in general it's maintenance for your body, for your mind all the time. So I will try to post a few videos this week so that if you usually come to class you can watch one of those. If you don't usually come to class, if you're new to yoga with me, then welcome. You will need something resembling yoga blocks. It could be a stack of books, it could be a chair, it could be anything that elevates you up off the ground so you don't have to have yoga blocks. You will need a belt of some sort. This is a yoga strap, but it doesn't have to be a yoga strap. It can be any sort of belt or even a towel. You'll need something to sit on, something to elevate your hips with. I have this wonderful pillow that my friend gave me, my turtle, that I'll be using to sit up on, but then over here I have some examples of yoga bolsters. So you might even have one of these sorts of things to support your hips. So I'm going to go ahead and sit up on this pillow right now, and I'm going to sit cross-legged, but you can sit in any way that feels good so that your spine can be nice and long. Tendency when we sit is to start to round back and collapse back. We want to see if from all the way down low at your sacrum, you can tilt your pelvis so your belly moves forward, okay? And then as you rest your hands down, it could be on your lap, it could be on the floor, let your eyes come to a close. And then start to simply take a couple of natural breaths. Not trying to do anything specific with your breaths at the moment. Just let your breath move in and out of your body. Notice how your breath is moving. Notice if there are any places where your breath feels maybe stuck or difficult. Not trying to change it or make something happen, simply giving yourself this chance to notice. If you'd like, you can start to add a mantra with your breath. And this mantra is something that you say silently to yourself, or if you're at home and you want to say it out loud, you can. We're going to inhale and think the word let. Exhale and think the word go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. About 5 more breaths this way at your own pace. Inhaling, let. Exhaling, go. Bring palms to connect at heart center and take a deep inhale to sit just a little bit taller. Exhale to bow toward your heart, honoring yourself for taking this time for you. And softly opening your eyes, releasing your hands down, give your shoulders a little movement up and back. And from here, take a few movements side to side with your head and your neck, ear to shoulder, just checking out any tension that might be residing in those spots around your neck and shoulders. I know for me that's one of my big places of tension, so a little movement daily here is really beneficial. Then as your head comes movement over to the right side. Take a hold of the side of your head with your right hand. Let your left shoulder move further up and back. Take a big, deep breath into the left side of your neck. Inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, take left ear over to your left shoulder. Take a hold of the side of your head with your left hand. Move your right shoulder further up and back. Take a couple big breaths and just allow that space on the side of your neck on the right. Inhale, come back up to center, and then begin to slowly shake your head no. And as your head turns to the right side, nod your head a couple times to the right. And keeping your chin tucked down, take a hold of the back of your head with your right hand. And now reach your left fingertips toward the back edge of your mat or just diagonally out to the left side. Take a full big breath. Inhale, come back to center. Turn your head over to the left side and nod your head a couple times to the left. Then dropping your chin down, take a hold of the back of your head with your left hand. And now reach your right fingertips toward the back right corner of your mat or toward diagonally back behind you. Take a full deep breath. Inhale, come back up to center and switch the cross of your legs, taking the less comfortable cross for yourself. And then shift your sitting bones, move them back and broad, making that ability to tilt your pelvis a little bit easier. Then take hands in front of you to clasp, pull forward with your arms, round back through your spine, your chin tucks in towards your chest, and then add a little bit of movement here side to side through your shoulders, maybe a little bit of movement through your head and your neck, but really starting to get into your lats, a little bit lower down on each side of your back. Then inhale, sit up tall, make fists and bring them to your low back. And from here, you're giving a little press down with your fists onto your low back, but lifting up through your chest, your heart space. Take a big deep breath and think of drawing shoulders up and back and lifting up through your head and neck. Not tilting back, but just lifting up through the back of your neck. Full, big, deep breath. Hug your elbows back toward each other, feeling your shoulder blades engage onto your back. Good. Then releasing your hands and bring them out to your knees. And from here, a little movement forward and back in a cat and cow motion. And as you move through a cat and cow, also include your breath. Your exhales help you to press your spine back and tuck your chin. Your inhales help you to draw your belly forward and open up through your chest. Full, long exhales. Deep, full inhales. And as you inhale and come back up to center, shift forward now onto your hands and your knees. And if you have any sensitivity through your knees, then feel free to grab a blanket to put underneath them. Or you can roll your mat up, or whatever you need to do to make this comfortable for yourself. Your blocks are ready for you at the front of your mat, or whatever you're using for blocks. From this place, you're rotating your arms so that your elbow pits are turning forward. And then push with your hands, broadening through your upper back. Now a little gentle sway side to side with your hips, trying to lengthen from hip to armpit. And as as you take these movements, and with anything we do on our yoga mat, keep coming back to your breath. Full, long inhales, deep, full exhales. Then as you come back into center here, again, you're rotating your upper arm bones, your elbow pits are turning forward. Inhale, reach your right leg back behind you. If you happen to have a wall behind you, hey, lucky you, right? Turn open with your hip, turning your toes to the side. Stay strong and broad through your shoulders. On your exhale, step forward with your right foot in between your hands. From here, you might grab your blocks. We'll use them in just a minute anyway. Tuck your back toes behind you and work your back knee back a little further. Maybe that gives you an extra stretch through your back thigh. Extend through your ribs, extend through your heart. Take a full deep inhale and exhale. Give yourself the information of what's going on in your body right now. If this is the first hip stretch you've done all day, or maybe in a few days or a few weeks, then there might be a lot, and that's okay. You can just recognize it. Maybe you back out of it a little bit. Take a big breath. Good, and then gently start to push your hips back, working your front leg towards straight. It might be a little bit harder to see that, but front leg towards straight, so we're getting into our hamstrings here, the backs of our legs. You're up on your blocks, bring them in so that they are stacked, so your wrists are underneath your shoulders, and then you can always adjust where your heel is on your front leg to make it more comfortable. Now pull back with your toes, think of toes toward your nose, and now you're going to wrap your right hip back so you're evening your hips out, and now try to stick your sitting bones up. Yeah, some intensity there for sure. I'm experiencing it too. Whew. Take a full deep inhale, long full exhale. Then inhale, bend into your front knee, and now we're going to set our left hand on the block or the floor on the outside edge of our mat. Right hand to your knee as you turn toward your front knee, toward the right side. Put both shoulder blades on your back, and then if it feels good, you can stretch your top arm to the sky, wringing out a little bit here in a spinal twist. Take a full deep breath. Good. Bringing both hands down to frame your front foot. Step back onto your hands and your knees and pause for a moment here on your hands and knees, setting yourself up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Upper arm bones rotate. Remember, turning your elbow pits forward. And then move through a couple rounds of cat and cow here. Inhale, belly toward the ground. Exhale, rounding your spine upward. Full deep inhale. Long, full exhale. Inhale, come back to a neutral place for your spine. Again, find that rotation for your upper arm bones. Elbow pits turning forward. Press, make your shoulders strong. Think of lifting from your low ribs. Then inhale, reach back with your left leg. Turn open with your hips so your toes are turning to the left side. Big, full breath. Good. On your exhale, you're stepping left foot forward in between your hands. Again, you're welcome to grab blocks here if you want to. I always do. I have some short arms. I'm a rock climber, and we know these things about ourselves because how much you can reach is pretty important. My arms are 2 inches shorter than my height. So blocks for me are really helpful. So now work your back knee back as far as you need to go. Extend through your heart. Take a deep breath and just notice for yourself right here, right now, what's present for you in your body. Good. Then rising up onto the highest point of your blocks. And work your hips back. So you're coming into that hamstring stretch again. You're working your hands back so that wrists are under your shoulders. And then again, adjust your front heel to wherever you need it to be. Comfort is a little relative in this pose. It's just some intensity. So now pull back with your toes, and now wrap your left hip back so your hips are evening out, and then send your sitting bones up. Try to stick your butt in the air. Now, take a big breath. And as you breathe, see if you can calm your eyes and calm your jaw, and notice for yourself what's intense, because there's a lot of intensity, right? We hold things in our body, and we hold them tight. And so when we start to try to work through them, if we can't let our nervous system relax, then we're not going to work through them, okay? So now go ahead and bend into your front knee, and then set your right hand on a block or the floor on the outside edge of your mat. Left hand to your knee as you start to turn your belly and your heart toward the left side of the room. Put both shoulder blades on your back, and then if it feels good, you can stretch your left arm to the sky. Big breath as you do a little wringing out in a spinal twist. Good. On your exhale, both hands come down to frame your front foot, and then settle back onto hands and knees. And from here, settle hips back towards your heels, and then let your whole torso rest in a child's pose. You might bring something underneath your head for support here in your child's pose, or you might bring your head all the way to the ground, but allow yourself to rest here, and even add a little bit of movement through your hips. Maybe you're walking your fingertips a little further forward. Maybe you're letting your forehead roll back and forth. Notice what it is that's showing up in your body. Then inhale, rise up to hands and knees, set your blocks aside. Pause on hands and knees, and now you're going to do that same upper arm bone rotation. Elbow pits turn forward, tuck your toes under behind you, and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog pose. And from this place, start to move around a little bit in your dog pose, bending one knee at a time, also known as walking the dog. Take a big deep breath. If you find that down dog is particularly hard or tight because it's not an easy pose, then feel free to take a rest and come back to your hands and knees, and then maybe come back into it. Full big inhale, long deep exhale. Now bending your knees, tilt your pelvis so your sitting bones are trying to lift up. Push through your hands. And then sway your hips big side to side. You can do this on your hands and knees. We did it in the very beginning when we came to our hands and knees. Just getting longer from hip to armpit. Good. Then as you come back into center, walk your feet forward, coming into your forward fold. Take as many steps as you need to get there. Knees stay bent here. No need to try to straighten your legs. That's just something that doesn't benefit the low back at all. So as you inhale, lengthen part way, hands come above your knees. Push your sitting bones way back, heart forward, open up through your chest. Exhale, fold. Again, knees bent. And if you're super tight through hips or low back, then even walk your feet out wider than your hips. If it feels good, you can let yourself hang. You can hold on to opposite elbows if you want to, and sway a little side to side. Or you're welcome to stay with hands above your knees and just get longer here. Full breath. Good. Now, hands above your knees if you're not already there. Walk your hands up your legs and come all the way up to stand. Good. Now from here, turn sideways on your mat, and then take your feet wide. And with wide feet, look out at the outside edges of your feet and turn pinky toe edges parallel to each other. So you might have to turn your toes a little bit inward, might feel a little bit pigeon-toed, but it'll actually help open up the low back a little bit. So now, a little bend to your knees, hands to your hips. Press down with your hands on your hips, lift your chest up high. Good, keep your shoulders lifting even as you bend your knees. Stick your sitting bones back, fold over your legs. From here you can grab your blocks or whatever you're using if you want to and have them underneath your hands, underneath your forearms, or you can have your hands at your knees, okay? But again, keep your knees bent. And then from here, a little bend, extra on one side and then extra on the other side. So bend your right knee, bend your left knee. Good. Really good job. Then as you come back into center, walk your hands up your legs and rise all the way back up. And now we'll move into a few lunging type positions in our warriors and our triangles. So again, keeping your blocks handy. Turn your right foot to face out. For me, that's a wall that it's aiming toward. That's okay. There's no front or back of the room right now, right? We're at home. So bend into your right knee, find the place of stacking, shin straight up and down, and then find your knee opening up toward your pinky toe edge. Reach your arms out long, take a full big breath, warrior two. Good, hands come to your hips. Work your right leg towards straight and then turn your right toes, pivoting again so that both feet are parallel. And then turn your left foot out. Bend into your left knee and reach your arms. Warrior two. Take a full deep breath. Good. Hands to your hips. Work your front leg towards straight or your left leg towards straight. Turn your feet to parallel. And now you're going to turn again. Pivot your right foot. Bend into your right knee. Find the block or whatever you're using, again, a chair, it could be a stack of books, but set it on the outside of your right leg. But then first, before you use it, you're going to set your left elbow. This is where I start to trip over which side we're doing. Right elbow to your knee, left arm reaches over your ear or straight up, whichever feels the best. Bend deeper into your knee, and then turn your belly more open. Turn your heart more open, put both shoulder blades on your back. Good. Top hand to your hip. Bottom hand, if you want, can come to your block on the outside of your right leg, or you can take your hand to your thigh and start to work your front leg, your right leg towards straight. Hamstring stretch here in our triangle pose. Put both shoulder blades onto your back, turn your belly open, and then again, if you want to, you can stretch straight up or over your ear for more of a side body stretch. Big breath. Good. Hand to your hip. Inhale, rise all the way up and turn your feet so they're parallel to each other. Then turn your left foot out and bend into your left knee. Again, you can have something outside your leg ready for your triangle pose if you would like, but first put your left elbow down onto your thigh or your knee. Then bend deeper into it and turn your belly and your heart open. Maybe stretch straight up or over your ear. Take a big deep breath. As you engage both shoulder blades, keep turning open through your heart. Full inhale, long deep exhale. Good. Top hand to your hip. And now if you want, your hand can come down to your block, or again, it can come up above your knee on your thigh. Extend through your heart, put your shoulder blades on your back, and then again, either stretch straight up or over your ear. Big breath. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to your hips. Turn your feet so that they're parallel. Big inhale, expand and open through your chest. Exhale, knees bend as you fold over your legs, taking as deep a fold as your body needs. Maybe you're setting something underneath your elbows here. Take a deep breath. Bend your knees and try to tilt sitting bones further up. Good. Inhale, rise back up to your hands. Bring your hands up to your hips and rise all the way back up. Walk your feet in. Feet inner hip distance apart and parallel. Lift and spread your toes. Look down at them. Fire them up. and then root them down. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bent knees to fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way, hands above your knees. Send your sitting bones back and up, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reach wide and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Good. Come back to the front of your mat now. You can bring your blocks with you if you want. And from here, with your feet set, inner hip distance apart and parallel, lift and spread your toes again. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hips back and heart forward, fold. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, you're stepping back into a downward facing dog pose or hands and knees, your choice. Shift a little forward and broaden through your upper arm bones again, like you're turning your elbow pits toward the front of the room or toward the front of your mat, I should say. Remember, there's not a front of the room. And then shift back again. Bend your knees until your sitting bones up. Inhale, come forward into your plank pose. Knees to the ground if you want. Stay rotating your upper arm bones and exhale all the way down to your belly. Might have a hard time seeing me here, I apologize for that. Hands right by your rib cage, shoulders up and back. Push down with your hands and inhale, curl open as high as your body needs to go in a cobra. It can be up high, it can be down low, or anywhere in between. If you're coming up high, make sure there's a little micro bend to your elbows and draw your shoulders up and back. Good. Exhale all the way back, hips to heels, take a child's pose. Full deep inhale and exhale. Then inhale, gently bring yourself up to your seat. And you're going to come all the way down onto your sitting bones. And now from here, feet are out in front of you. And give your feet a flex. So you're pulling your toes back toward your nose. And then reach your fingertips to the floor behind you and press down. As you press down, lift up and open through your heart space. Good. And then tilt your pelvis so your belly's coming toward your legs. From there, you can walk your hands down as far as you want to on your legs. You might take a hold of your feet or your shins or fingers at the floor. Wherever that is for you, take a big inhale and grow longer, tilting your pelvis. Good. And then, if your pelvis is easily tilting, maybe you work your legs out to a straighter position. But you can be anywhere in between. You get to just notice all the way down low at your low back and tilting your pelvis forward. Full breath. Good. Now inhale and rise all the way back up. And now you're going to cross right leg, bending your knee, over to the left side, on the other side of your legs. We'll take a little spinal twist here. Hands coming to your knees, lift your ribs, your chest, your heart. And then as you start to turn toward your knee, you can wrap your elbow around it if it feels good, but lift up even higher through your sides. And if you find that your low back is rounding back here, then sit up on that pillow again if you want. Okay? So now as you inhale and lift up through your heart, use your exhale to draw your low ribs in to help you twist more. Inhale long, exhale, twist more. Good. Inhale, coming back into center and switch the cross. Bending your left knee, cross it over your right leg. And then hold on to your knee, lift your ribs, lift your chest. From that place, if it feels good, you can wrap your elbow around, or you can stay right here. You don't even have to wrap your elbow around. Fingertips behind you if it feels good. Press down, lift your ribs up higher, heart up higher. Exhale, low ribs in to twist. Inhale long, exhale twist. Inhale back into center. Uncross your legs And now we're gonna take feet together, soles of feet together, knees open wide, and grab your blocks if you want, or your pillow if you want. You can put things underneath your knees to help us feel more supportive. Inhale, lift your heart up high and think of tilting your pelvis all the way down low at your low back. You're lifting. Big, deep breath. Then bring footprints to the floor, bending your knees, and then go ahead and lower all the way down onto your back. And again, be sure to grab a pillow or your blocks, and grab your strap or your belt